Now here that DNA, it is nothing but the deoxyribonucleic acid. How this DNA it was get firstly find out? The Friedrich Miescher was the scientist in 1869 and he was the Swiss biochemist. When he observed the nucleic acid, that is nucleic acid is nothing but the structure of nucleus he are finding, and in this structure of nucleus the content when get analyzed they are termed as the nucleic acid, and these nucleic acid after that when discovery takes place they are finding the DNA and RNA are termed as the nucleic acid, which is made up of the nuclein protein molecules. And when the X-ray diffraction model of the DNA it was get studied by the Watson and Crick in 1953, they finding here the total complete structure of the DNA. Here this Watson and Crick they have proposed the double helix model of DNA. They have observed here under the focusing of the X-ray, and one of their student is there of this Watson and Crick, that is the Rosalind Franklin. When he has studied the structure of the cell, and when this cell he has come in focusing under the microscope and X-ray rays, then they are finding here the some ladder-like structure is get present in the nucleus. And when they are studying here the chemical composition of this ladder-like structure which are finding, then they have given the name, that is the deoxyribonucleic acid. How here this structure you are showing here, it is observed that the double helix model of this structure of the DNA, which are here the content of this DNA are get present. They are showing here the completely ladders means what here, the nitrogenous bases they are get present or they are arranged. Now come towards here how the length of this complete DNA it will be get present, and how here the width of this DNA it is present. Here it is the 3.4 nm, and on when you are observing here the width you are finding that it is nothing but 2 nm. What is the composition of this DNA is there? The DNA it is basically made up of the 3 components. Which are these 3 components here? The first is the nitrogen bases. Very basic component is present in DNA, that is the nitrogen bases are there. Which type of nitrogen bases are present? It is categorized into the 2 types of nitrogen bases are present in DNA, that is the purines and pyrimidines. The DNA it is made up of first component nitrogen base. Nitrogen base again shows here the purines and pyrimidines. Again the 2 purines are present, that is the adenine and here the guanine. These 2 purines are present, and here the 2 pyrimidines are present. Now which are these 2 pyrimidines are there? That is the cytosine and thymine. Here these 2 pyrimidines are get present. Means here what? The A it is always pair with the G, and C it is always pair with the T. This arrangement you are finding here on this A pair with A pair with G, and here the C pair with here the T. On this complete one turn, the 10 nitrogenous bases pair they are get finding, and therefore here the secondly that DNA it is made up of the pentose sugar. The second main component of DNA is the pentose sugar. Why it is called as the pentose sugar? Because when you are studying here the structure of the carbon molecule of that sugar, during the 5th position of that carbon atom, these nitrogen bases they are get arranged, and the third here that is called as the phosphate group. Here, these are the three main components of the DNA is present, because here that phosphate group that is called as the backbone of the DNA. On this side, they will be get arranged, and on the front side here we are observing these nitrogen bases, how they are get arranged in the pairing form. Okay. Now what is the role of this DNA is there? This DNA, when you are magnifying, as we know that it is made up of the gene, because the definition of gene, it suggests that the segment of DNA that is termed as nothing but the gene. And what is the role of this DNA is nothing but this DNA plays an important role in transmission of character from parents to offsprings. But remember one thing, DNA always undergoes here the replication mechanism, maybe here the semi-conservative or another. And during this replication mechanism, when here the transfer mechanism takes place, DNA never transmits 100% copies. Here only the 50% DNA it may be get transmitted, and 50% DNA it will be get remain in the newly formed. Okay. Now come towards here the second, that is the RNA. Here this RNA it is termed as the ribose nucleic acid. This ribose nucleic acid is what? Here this ribose nucleic acid, again the same composition of the RNA you are finding, that is it is again made up of nitrogen bases, pentose sugar and phosphate group. But instead of here only one pyrimidine nitrogen base it will be get replaced, means here the thymine it is replaced by uracil. Only one change is finding in the composition of nitrogen base as compared to DNA. The same purines, same pyrimidines are present, adenine, guanine present, but the cytosine is present, and instead of thymine of DNA, here the uracil is get present. Okay. Now, on the basis of your function of the RNA, why it is the RNA? It is made up of the singly ribose sugar molecule, and DNA it is made up of the deoxyribose molecule. Okay. Now, here on the structure of this or function, it is classified into the three types. That is the three types of the RNA you are locating. The first is called as the ribosomal RNA, or we called it as the rRNA. As we know that here when you are studying the composition as well as the structure and function of cell organelles, that is the rRNA means the ribosomal RNA is related to the protein synthesis molecule, because ribosomes are responsible for the synthesis of a protein. The very common function of ribosome is the protein synthesis, and when that such a type of ribosome is associated with the RNA, then we are termed as the rRNA, responsible for synthesis of protein. Then second is the messenger RNA. We called it as the mRNA. Okay, that mRNA that is showing here the messenger. What it has to get transfer the message? It carries the information of protein synthesis from gene. That is the role of this mRNA is there. Okay, it helps here the transfer of the message of the protein synthesis. Now here the transfer RNA that is called as the tRNA. Now this transfer, what you are showing that whatever the mRNA carries the amino acid to ribosome, it may be get transferred to the with the help of the tRNA is there. Okay. Now here this is about the structure of DNA, RNA, chromosome. Okay. Now come towards here the second part of this topic, that is the Mendel. As we know that here when you are studying the genetics, which is the branch of biology which deals with here the study of the genes, and this genetics, it is completely gets studied with the help of the Mendel. We called it as the father of genetics. Why this Mendel is called as the father of genetics? Because until the discovery of microscope is not there, discovery of cell is not there, the chromosome don't know, but only on the basis of observation criteria, the Mendel, they have performed the complete genetic work, and after the death of the Mendel, he was awarded as the father of the genetics, and he got here the Nobel Prize for this discovery. Now, how the Mendelian work is there and which plant is selected for the study? Now here come towards the Mendel's work. The Pisum sativum, in Marathi we called it as the Watana. The Mendel have selected here this Pisum sativum plant for the study. The reason behind that, why the Mendel is selected this Pisum sativum plant, only here the reason behind, this plant is having the very short duration of life cycle, because during 1 year we can produce the 3 to 4 generation of this Pisum sativum, and therefore the Mendel here selected this Pisum sativum plant for all the genetic experiment. Which characters from this variety he have selected? He have observed here the 2 varieties, means here the dominancy he have observed and recessiveness also he have observed. But this observation is only on the morphological basis. Here, which are these 2 dominant character and which are these 2 recessive characters here, the Mendel is observed here. Let's see the dominant character as well as here the recessive character. Okay. Here suppose the seed they are get producing maybe the round, and opposite to that here he have observed the wrinkled. The seed shape, seed, how they will be get producing, the dominant they are finding here in the round, and recessive you are finding the character that is the wrinkled. Then here observed here the color of the flower or color of the pod, position of here the flower, the inflated, constricted, axillary, tall. In this way here finding maybe here suppose the yellow color is the dominant, and instead of that here the green colored it is the recessive. Okay. In the third character here finding that the purple color of the flower, suppose here it is the dominant, opposite to that here the white color it is recessive. If you have observed the pod shape, during that here the inflated, they may be observed here the dominant, and constricted they are finding here the recessive. In the next character they are finding here again the inside the seed, these seed greens are dominant, and over this here green they are finding here the yellow, they are the recessive. If you are observing the plant, during this plant the position of flower is there. In this position of flower the axillary flower, means they are present at the top, they are having the dominant position, and here the terminal on this side axis they are surrounding, they are dominant, and terminal flowers they are the recessive. Okay. And when you are studying the height of the plant, the tall plant are always dominant as compared to the dwarf plant. In this way here the 7 contrasting character of Mendel is studied with the help of here the only observation of the Pisum sativum, and on that basis here by taking the single character, by taking the 2 character, the Mendel have observed this plant generation after generation, and then they are get concluded how the dominancy is there and how the recessiveness is there. Okay, now here let's consider the one character, and we can taking this one character, finding here the how the monohybrid cross takes place, the plant how they will be get producing with the help of this monohybrid cross. Okay, now come towards here the monohybrid. Here this monohybrid meaning you are suggesting that mono means the single and hybrid means the mixing. The two character, the singly, oppositely, here maybe one tall, second dwarf, means only single contrasting character getting mixed, and how the F1 generation you are finding, F2 generation you are finding, that you have to notify that. Okay. Let's take here the phenotype of these monohybrid cross is there. Okay. Suppose in phenotype you are taking here the example, the plants they are producing tall plant, and secondly they are producing here the dwarf. Okay. And secondly, after here the phenotype, the genotype. In this genotype, suppose this T, capital T, it indicate that the tallness, and small t, it indicates that the recessiveness, that is the dwarfness. Prepare the gamete of this, and during the gamete formation, how you will be getting result here? The gametes are producing here the capital T, it is the one gamete, and from this side here the small t, it is the another gamete. When here the mixing takes place, after here the F1 generation you have to find it. During this F1 generation, capital T and small t means all the plant they are appear in F1 generation, they are having the tall height. I think so. This is the F1. When you are finding the F2 generation with the help of this Mendel cross, this F2 generation, it shows that selfing of F1. F2 is nothing but here the selfing of F1, and in this selfing of F1 again the parents are tall, and genotype you are finding capital T, small t, capital T, small t, and you are finding here the gametes, capital T, small t, capital T, small t. Here these gametes you are finding here. Now let's take here the F2 generation. In F2 generation here capital T 1, capital T small t second, capital T small t, and small t small t. Here 1 capital T, 2 are capital T small t, and 1 is here the small t small t, means the genotypic ratio equal to 1:2:1, and phenotypic ratio, if you are finding the phenotypic ratio, this plant is tall. Here 1 is dominant, 1 is recessive, 1 is dominant, 1 is recessive. Again here this phenotypically you are finding here these plants 3 are dominant and 1 is only showing the recessiveness, means 3 plants they are producing the tall in height and 1 plant it producing here the dwarf in height, means the phenotypic ratio is 3:1 and the genotypic ratio is 1:2:1, that is finding in monohybrid cross. Now come towards here, that monohybrid means here considering only one character. you can select out of 7 contrasting character any one you are selecting, and by selecting here you are finding that how the F1 F2 generation they are producing the monohybrid ratio in the phenotypic or genotypic form. Okay, now come towards here the example of dihybrid cross is there.